Today is just like I only have compliments for most songs. I'm really amazed by the quality, so I'll try and reach out to some of them.
It's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes.
So yeah, 100k here on YouTube. Everything I wanted to say, I already did in yesterday's video. If you're interested, go check it out. This was, by the way, made by Vanessa, really cute. I would love to celebrate big with a lot of friends here in the studio, but unfortunately, due to the virus crisis, that's not going to happen. But I'll make up for it. Like, in a couple of months, so once it's allowed again, I will throw the biggest party the planet has ever seen. Today, unfortunately, the entire day is kind of messed up. As you know, I'm like rebuilding the upstairs A studio and I'm waiting for material. I'm already waiting for 2 weeks for certain things to arrive. They all promised me today. Today, unfortunately, nothing arrived. And I was just like hanging out here in the studio, doing other things that I could do and just wait and be bored. And there's nothing, really nothing I hate more than waiting pointlessly for something that then at the end doesn't even happen. Like, we all have this limited amount of time here on this planet and I would love to like use it in the most efficient way I can, because that's all I got. And waiting is like the worst. Really the worst for me. I'm very impatient. But anyways, today is a messed up day. Today we're just going to do a simple classic edition of track submits. You guys send me songs, I listen to them, I give you feedback, and maybe we'll find some new demos and releases for my label. It's been a while that we got something really good that I just wanted to release, promote, and get out there. Really good song by them Thrifters, Tell Them. Solid production. I mean, we got everything in there, main elements, kick, bass, everything is working well. I think, yes, it could improve by maybe 10%, but that's like an experience issue. You have to make a lot of songs, mix a lot of songs, select a lot of kicks. I personally would like go back to the low end and readjust it a little. It's not messed up entirely, it's good, it's working. I think you could release this and you could also play this in a club. But I think for my taste, we're like in a taste kind of territory, I would lower the kick a little and actually emphasize the bass part, the sub bass part a little more. I personally like to have like a kick that is a little more subtle in the mix and just like pushing, and then the bass making the groove and the rumble and like make you feel it in the stomach. But yeah, good song. Love the arrangement, love the vibe of it. It's good. I just listened again to it really quick. There is some harsh S sounds on the vocals. You have that a lot with female vocals. If you chop them, it gets emphasized even more. If you compress it even more, maybe try out something to reduce some of these, like a de-esser or maybe a dynamic EQ or maybe Soothy, which can detect resonating frequencies and like pull it down a little. It's not like extreme, but if this is played in a club at 110 decibels, full blast into everyone's face, you want to make sure it doesn't hurt in the ears. Love that one. That's even better. Like Saint Misha, great job. Feels like that's a solid track. That's a release, 100%. There are plenty of labels that would release this immediately. I might even be interested, so I'll hit you up and get in touch. because I also always want to know more about the artist and listen to other songs, because we sign artists and try to build them up. I love the bass. It's like wide, which I really like in this case, because this is like a kick and bass kind of song. We got the percussion going on. I think it could be made a little more interesting with like more automation. For example, on the percussion, maybe a reverb that opens up every once in a while. Like this is like just like a little sparkle interest to keep it like entertaining for the listener over a longer duration. But really, really good. Really good. Also solid here by my man, Some of Us, featuring Luca. Also something I like. Like it's a little muddier mix than the other songs, especially like around 800 and like 1K, like that mid section of the frequencies. That's due to that like huge synthesizer pad thing going on, which you have a lot in future bass inspired songs. I would try to like lower it somehow, either play it an octave lower or maybe layer it, have one sound or keep that one sound up and like layer underneath one octave lower and find a nice balance in between, because that song has like a gap around 300, 400 hertz where you usually have like the upper bass, low pad kind of stuff going on, which sounds really nice. So like shifting the balance a little and just checking an analyzer for this kind of stuff can really help you to find mistakes, find gaps, and fill them. I'm a huge fan of techno. I absolutely love it if it's done well. Here, I don't know. Like, I don't want to disencourage anyone, but this is like either someone at the very start of their music production career. It sounds very raw and like not in an old school techno good way. It just sounds very plain and not a lot of time went into it. We just have like a kick, a mumbled bass, and like some hats going on and nothing in the middle section, like absolutely nothing. It's just like very low and very top end. The top end very harsh and resonating. So I would add something to it. Yes, I know it's supposed to be minimal, but even minimal has somehow a balanced mix. Usually minimal is very, like they have a lot of percussions that play in a like percussive way, rhythms, grooves, something that happens at least here and there. Because this song I will probably not remember because it's just like kick and hat. But please just like use this as a basis and add to it. I think like 1 or 2 more tracks with like maybe a pluggy synthesizer or percussion and maybe tune it to the song. Reverb on top, more automation. The hi-hats, lower them a little. Try to EQ kick and bass a little. Try to maybe pitch down or up the kick and see if this gives you more room in the mix. And some reverb here and there to glue it all together and make it sound a little more like natural. But please don't give up. My first songs were like 1,000 times worse than this. 1,000 times worse. So it's just all about like sticking to it and continuing and pushing. There's always progress.
If you feel my heart,
I like it. It's just like, it has like a certain flow. I think this is like a very good example of how to actually make the low end I really enjoy this. Like it just flows, the kick hits underneath, like in a very, very smart way. I just think the drumming could be improved. We have like kick, clap, and some heads. And I think the heads need a little more presence, maybe just like a tiny bit louder in the mix. Maybe samples that just cut through a little more. And like the reverbs on the heads and the clap, like try out something else, like play around with the timing on the reverbs. This glues it a little more together and gives it a little more punch and snap. I'm missing that in the drums. Everything else is really, really, really good. Today is just like, I only have compliments for most songs. I'm really amazed by the quality, so I'll try and reach out to some of them and see if maybe I can sign some of these songs, because we haven't released anything on the label for a couple of months, like partially due to the virus crisis, partially due to me like rebuilding the studio and not having a lot of time. But the main reason was we just didn't get a lot of good songs that convinced me. A label always depends on the demos that it receives. So if you're interested, if you make electronic dance music and you want to have the release on a label and get like good promotion and someone that takes care of it, personally, me being involved and like trying to help you as much as I can, the first link in the description. Also, if you just want feedback for your songs, it's the same link to end up here on this little segment in my daily vlog routine life as a DJ and producer. Thanks a lot for watching. See you tomorrow again, hopefully finishing those absorbers. Like I got promised that it will arrive tomorrow, so let's see.